Hello and welcome to Strasbourg, France for the FIBA Women's EuroBasket qualification for the quarterfinals. The Cinderella team, Bosnia and Herzegovina, taking on Croatia in tonight's action. Shona Thorburn alongside Teresa Brentlobud bringing you today's action. This is going to be the fourth game in 5 days for both these teams. Can Bosnia continue this absolutely amazing run? Or are Croatia going to silence the crowd and the Bosnian fans? There you see the qualification for the quarterfinals. In the other group, Italy taking on Sweden. Russia are coming up next here against Slovenia. And that is the road to the finals. What a tournament so far. Teresa, I'm already losing my voice, which shows you how exciting our games have been.
We've been very lucky this year at the EuroBasket because we've seen some upsets straight at the first day of the championship, and now qualification for quarterfinals ahead of us here. Team Croatia. Croatia, we know they have won that yesterday's game do or die against Czech Republic by 28 points, which could be a great momentum for them to bring into this game against Bosnia and Herzegovina. They haven't won the consecutive games in the tournament since 2011, so that's definitely one thing they want to beat, this statistic. Ivana Dojkic, such a leader for Croatian team. She has been 20+ points in 2 out of her 3 games at this championship, and I think we're going to see a big things in today's game against Bosnia from her as well.
So does Croatia have what it takes? Or are Bosnia going to continue their story? Some big performances by Bosnia so far in this tournament. They had that enormous win over Belgium in game day 1, 70-55. They beat Turkey 64-54. Tough loss yesterday against Slovenia, 81-91. Some big performances so far by this team. Let's not forget number 4, Diarra. 7, Babic has been great for them. Gajic, number 10, almost had a perfect game yesterday. I don't think there is such thing as a perfect game, but if there was one, hers was very close. And then the unstoppable number 35, Jonquel Jones. We're going to take a quick pause for the national anthems. First up, Croatia.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthems.
L'hymne national de la Croatie.
First, the national anthem of Croatia.
And now up, the national anthem of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
And now, the national anthem of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
The coaches showing respect to each other. And three very important people for tonight's game. In the middle, Chief Gru, Mads Forsberg from Denmark, Viola Georgi from Norway, and Gedvilas from Lithuania will be calling tonight's action.
Bosnie and Herzegovina pour ce match qualificatif pour les quarts de finale. Pour faire ça, Benjamin, le gagnant de cette rencontre rencontrera mercredi soir à 18h.
We're gonna look at starting five. Croatia, Bakic, Slončak, Tikvic, Dojkic, and Perisha. No news, they have started with this five every single game at this tournament. I must say yesterday that game against Czech Republic, Bakic, great second half to step into the game to help Croatia. But this player, Dojkic, last season USK Prague, but currently signed with Virtus Bologna in Italian top division, averaging 19.7 points, 3 steals and shooting 83%. She's ranked 1 in the women's EuroBasket, for the Croatian team. She's backed up with Slončak as well. This play caller, Stipe Bralic, he has been here with that amazing contribution for Croatian team when they have been at the Olympics 2012 in London, and now he wants to definitely bring his team to the quarterfinals first time since 2011.
Starting five for Bosnia. No surprise here. Babic, Gajic, Tavic, Delic, and Jonkel Jones, the naturalized player for them who has been absolutely superb on the court so far in this tournament. EuroLeague champion with UMMC Ekaterinburg, averaging 19.6 points per game, 13.7 rebounds, while shooting 47% from the field. She had a slow game against Slovenia, but she still ended up with 24 points and 10 rebounds. Goran Lojo, what can we say about him? He has absolutely put this team and women's basketball on the map in Bosnia. Some last minute information for the players. Croatia seeking their first quarterfinals appearance since 2011, like you mentioned, and in that tournament, they finished high enough to go to the Olympic qualification tournament the following year, and that's where they qualified for the London 2012 Olympics. Of course, Bosnia have never qualified. I mean, they haven't even been in this tournament in the last 2 decades. Their last appearance was 1999. Can they qualify? Do they have enough left? Both these teams, their star players have played a lot of minutes. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out here. 4 games in 5 days. There you see Vrancic for Bosnia. She has been injured and not able to help her team, but she's helping them in other ways, on the bench, cheering on the players, giving them advice. Hello and welcome to the FIBA Women's EuroBasket quarterfinal qualification game. Bosnia taking on Croatia, who are going to be going home or sticking around for one more day. Turnover, Bosnia running, little miscommunication about who is going to catch the ball, but Gajic ends up with it, misses her layup, and now Croatia, Tikvic goes straight against Jones. Her shot is off, but she follows down the rebound unable to score again, follows it, and is fouled. So a little bit of a miscommunication, maybe disappointment. You had two Bosnian players there, but Tikvic with the hustle play and is rewarded.
I think that's a little wake-up call for Duncan Jones. And, you know, it just tells us how much Croatian teams wants to go to that quarterfinals and beating Bosnia and Herzegovina. Tikvic had a great game yesterday against Czech Republic. She played 26 minutes, grabbed 8 rebounds, but out of that 8 was 7 offensive. So no news for Bosnian defenders that they have to box her out after her shot or any other shot.
Yeah, an incredible stat. 7 offensive rebounds in one game. A lot of players average that in an entire tournament. Jones with her first touch of the game. She's going, double team coming. She's able to get the shot up, but isn't able to convert. Dojkic now running. Good defense by Tadic, but Croatia is able to hold on to the ball.
We've seen transition offense of Croatia in all the games at this championship, and that's one thing Bosnia needs to do.
And a second turnover now. Babic, she's running, and she's fouled hard by Croatia.
That's a great stop from Babic. Here, that's strong penetration. And one thing what Bosnia needs to do, as I mentioned, is to stop the transition offense of Croatia if they want to win this game, because Croatia has been excellent. They absolutely killed that Czech Republic team in the third quarter with it in yesterday's game.
Yeah, and you mentioned in the warm-ups, talking about number 18 for Croatia, Dojkic. She gets to the free throw line 10 times a game, and a lot of those are in transition opportunities, right?
Yeah, she's absolutely aggressive still out to the rim, but you know what else is she can shoot as well. So really the defenders have to focus on her, and this is another great penetration, but not this time she was able to get anything out of it. She has plenty of experiences from Eurocup playing in Russian Super League, in the Hungarian Top League, in the USK Prague EuroLeague. So such experienced players on the Croatian side.
Tadic, she shoots it, but Gajic there for the offensive rebound. Now Jones, she's not going to hesitate. Her three-point shot just up the front of the rim. Croatia pushes it up to Dojkic. Slonjak, who's also been a big contributor for this Croatian team. Oh, nice cut by Begic, but who's there for the block? It's Jones. Shot clock winding down. Dojkic gets a shot up. And Tadic there for the rebound. What a block by Jones. Babic. Open three-point shot attempt is off. And another offensive rebound. Three-point shot is good for Angela Delic.
Obviously you mentioned those offensive rebounds, but that's both sides now applied, because Bosnia and Herzegovina just got great threes out of it.
Dojkic, easy basket, no help side there. You know, Teresa, you and I have covered a lot of games already in this tournament, 12 to be exact. And I would have to say a common theme that we've noticed is offensive rebounding, not just with these two teams, but in general. We've seen a lot of teams come up with big offensive rebounding numbers. Gajic misses her first three-point attempt. Talk a little bit more about her as this game moves on. Like I mentioned in warm-ups, I'm not sure there is such thing as a perfect game, but she almost had one yesterday against Slovenia. Tadic drives hard, takes the contact, isn't able to finish. It's important to stop the ball early, especially when Dojkic has it. Slonjak, she's open. Her three-point shot is good.
Yeah, she has average over 17 points per game in the qualifiers, shooting 61 from the field. And you know what? she's definitely one of the players Bosnian defense has to step up to, and maybe just let her penetrate and rely on the defensive effort together. You know, and that's the same for Dojkic. She is a great shooter as well. Here we see Perisha. But if you have a shooters in the team, you want to definitely come up to them and not to give them any space to shoot.
Tavic penetrates, extra pass to Babic. Babic's three-point shot attempt is off.
You mentioned Gajic, Marica Gajic. I haven't seen her touch the ball yet, really, for Bosnia as much as we would expect her. She shot 100% from threes against Slovenia yesterday, 5-5. But she's the one player averaging double-double for Bosnian team, so she definitely needs touches.
Nice three-point shot there by Claudia Perisha for Croatia. Turnover, Dojkic running, Jones trailing. And now, a timeout by Coach Goran Lojo. He wants to talk about it. Croatia with some easy baskets. They're up 11-5 over Bosnia with just over 5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think we can see quite typical basketball of the Croatian side. We've heard from Coach Stipe Baric before this championship that he knows he has a very young team with a quick feet and good shot. And you know what? I think they're just proving game by game that that's actually what they came up with in here. 2.0% for Bosnia, 40% for Croatia, and here we see 2 out of 3 for Croatia. That's excellent shooting, 67%, and only 1 3 for Bosnia. I think Croatia plays great defense, and we can see the obviously game plan Coach Stipe Bralic just put in, that he's gonna come and try to double the bigs when they're gonna get the ball straight away. One small player is gonna come from the weak side and try to either double or steal the ball and run some transition offense. And again, it has been working great. 5 minutes to first quarter, 11 points for Croatia. Here we see that steal from Dojkic. He had 3 steals yesterday, so I think Bosnia really needs to protect the ball and look where the small players are.
Babic is left wide open. She's not gonna miss when she's that open. So good job out of the timeout. Babic already has 5 points. She was superb in their win over Belgium on game day 1. Yeah, for Bosnia. Begic, her three-point shot is good. So Croatia coming out and shooting the ball incredibly well. Look at that, 2 for 5 for Bosnia, but 75% for Croatia from 3. Slonjak, she's running. Long three-point shot attempt is off. A good defensive rebound there by Gajic. Babic left open, she drives, dishes off to Jones.
Yeah, that was a misunderstanding in defense of Croatia. Look at that, Dojkic coming. No, not this time. But great penetration from Babic, being aggressive to the rim.
Slonjak, skip pass to Perisha. She's already knocked 1 down. She misses that one though, and now Jones going coast to coast. Tough layup, her shot's off. Gajic there is able to force a jump ball situation.
It was a great recovery defensively. Here we see Bakic covering that Jonathan Jones thought who came was Marica Gajic to grab the offensive rebound, and obviously had the jump ball possession for Bosnia.
Tough take, but she draws the foul, Delic, so she's gonna get to go to the free throw line. That foul is gonna go on number 7, Tikvic, who has also played incredibly well so far in this tournament for Croatia.
I only agree. And together with Dojkic, Slončak, and Bagic in that yesterday's game against Czech Republic, they combined 72 points out of 84. And it just tells you who are the key players for Croatia. And you know what? Tikvic was great on that offensive glass. And it's probably not just the offensive, obviously. She plays great on defensive glass as well. But the presence of the big player in the paint, filling that space, is such important for a team.
Aggressive defense here by Bosnia. Dojkic stops, pops. Jones there to pull down the rebound. Her three-point oh no, I think it was a pass. I believe it was a pass. They're running, they're popping, and it's good. Dojkic to Slončak. Kind of been a theme of this tournament.
Yeah, that's a great combo guards for Croatia. They're combining a lot of points every game.
Good two-point shot there by Delic, and she's come out. Already has 7 points, so she's playing well. Nice steal by Delic, and she's off to the races. She passes it off to Tavic, and a nice fast break basket there from Bosnia. And you see the emotion early in this game. Timeout called by Croatia. Just over 2 minutes left in the first quarter, and it's only a 1-point game. And you see the emotion on both sides. You know how important this game is for both these countries.
Yeah, do or die games is such exciting to watch, comment, and I'm sure for players as well, it's really exciting to play them. And last two defensive possessions from Bosnia, we've seen that they've raised that aggressivity defensively to put Croatians under the pressure so they don't have time to create or have such easy way to penetrate the most to the rim, what has been their game a lot in this tournament. So I think that's been great defensive two possessions. Rebounding 3 for Bosnia, Croatia offensively. Second chance points, Bosnia has been really punishing either those offensive rebounds, the quick rebounds or the turnovers of Croatia. They have had 5 so far in this first quarter. So I'm sure that's 1 point what Coach Steve Bralic will talk about. They gotta protect the ball because Bosnia is very effective punishing them.
And you see that nice little behind the back bounce pass from Delic, and Tavic on the receiving end for a wide open layup. In other action going on right now in Valencia, Spain, Italy taking on Sweden. Italy trailing Sweden with just under 2 minutes, 9-17. So some substitutions here for both teams. Like I said, this is the 4th game in 5 days, so no surprise that they're going to their bench early. Dojkic, guess what, is going to the free throw line.
Yeah, no surprise. Even I think Marta Gajic is surprised that a personal foul has been called on her. Look at that aggressivity close to the rim.
Again, I really think that the player who is more aggressive is usually awarded by the referees. So if you're aggressive, more aggressive than the defense on offense, the referee awards the offensive player. And if the defensive player is the one who's aggressive, gets there early on defense, they're usually rewarded as well. Dojkic now for Croatia with 5 points. Joan Beta pulls up. It's going to be an off-ball foul, though, on number 2 for Croatia, Mia Masic. We've seen her hit some big three-pointers in this tournament as well. I mean, really, you could talk about every player on both these rosters at some point during this tournament so far. Jombetta gets all the way to the basket, and her layup's good.
Yeah, Croatian coach Brolic has gave the freedom to his players to play, and you can see that whoever steps on the court has the confidence to shoot the ball. And you're right that Masic is one of them who is quite a sharp shooter.
Slonjak, I think, tried to pass it up. Ooh, almost a turnover right in front of us. But Croatia again with another turnover, Teresa.
Yeah, I think Bosnia has really stepped up defensively. This second part of the first quarter, I think they just came out with the full pressing. They really filling the space, trying to cover those penetrations, and that brings them the fruit. It definitely gives them the ball and chance to run the floor.
Jones, extra pass to Babic, back out to Jones. Nice ball movement here. Tough shot by Dura, but they get the offensive rebound. Now Jones finds Gajic. Jombetta hesitates, but then she lets it go, but her shot's off, and it's gonna be out of bounds to Croatia.
Yeah, Hannah Dokic didn't even contest that shot of Jombetta. They just said, okay, shoot the ball, we can get the rebound or the possession. So I think Jombetta shouldn't hesitate. As soon as the ball has been kicked out, just take the shot. You have your teammates down under the rim to grab the rebound. And Bosnia has been great in offensive glass. They already grabbed 4, so trust your teammates. They're going to grab the unsuccessful shot.
Jombetta, she actually averages under 1 3-point shot attempt a game. Masic, the lefty, has nowhere to go. Jones there with the steal. Might be awarded to Jombetta though. And now Bosnia are running, looking inside to Jones. So I believe that foul is going to be called on Tikvic, and this is now going to be her second.
Yeah, she has to manage her personal fouls, because I already spoke about how important her presence is on the court for Croatian team, defensively and offensively. You know, she's guarding Jonathan Jones, and from point of the Bosnia, it was amazing to see. As soon as Jonathan Jones has received the ball in the post-up position, all the Bosnian players started to move, obviously, because before we've seen that Croatian defensive players went to trap her, and if they have the time to focus, they're going to go and try to steal the ball off her. But because the Bosnians have been moving really well, the defensive players didn't even focus on Jonathan Jones, and it gave her the space to play that post-up.
So it wasn't a shooting foul, but Croatia have committed 5 fouls. So 2 shots are awarded to Jones. She converts 1 of 2. And Dorkic just runs out of the clock. So after the first 10 minutes here, in our first qualification game for the quarterfinals, Bosnia 19, Croatia 18. And I expected a close game, but I'm not sure you can get as close as this, Teresa.
Yes, indeed. It's been a great first quarter to watch. We've seen some good defensive possessions. Here, 2 points, 33 for Bosnia, 40 for Croatia. Bosnia shooting 83 from free throws. They've been there already 6 times compared to 4 times of Croatia. You know, Croatia shoots well from threes, shooting 50%, but what I see a little bit point down for them is those turnovers, because they have had 7 turnovers this first quarter, and it just gave Bosnia a chance to run the floor and get some easy baskets.
Like you mentioned, 7 turnovers, kind of uncharacteristic for this Croatian team. They average average under 14 a game. So to already have half of that after your first 10 minutes, that had to have been a point of emphasis in between this break between the two quarters. Both teams with a lot to play for. It's the do or die game. Winner will move on and play France in the quarterfinals in 2 days from now. Tomorrow is an off day. France won their group, Group D. Begic. Jones there for the rebound. Jones to Gajic.
Yeah, that was, I would say, great intention, but the angle for the pass hasn't been ideal. If Jonathan Jones would have forwarded that pass maybe to the wing position, it would be easier to pass down under the rim.
So now Croatia setting up their offense. Dojkic, she attacks. She gets all the way to the basket, and you had Jones coming over. So that's a great finish by Dojkic there. Gajic's three-point shot, just long. And another offensive rebound for Bosnia. Jones tries to kiss it off the glass. Her shot a little bit too long. And now Croatia running. Long three-point shot attempt by Svitkovic. And an offensive rebound. Masic. She's not shy about shooting. Shot clock. So it's going to be a shot clock violation and ball back to Bosnia. So again, a shot clock violation. That's another turnover.
Yeah, and it's another great possession for Bosnia. Really not being tempted to foul in the last second of the offense for Croatia and really be able to force them into shot clock violation. The defensive pressure obviously cuts a little bit of space to create, and that's what just happened defensively.
So we saw the stats there of Jones. She's only 1 of 5, 3 points tonight, 2 rebounds. She had a very quiet first half. I believe it was 5 points in the first half against Slovenia yesterday. And guess what? She ended up with 24 points.
And
so we
rebounds.
know, we know even if she starts slow, she can still finish strong and have a big game.
Yeah, she's playing almost whole games. Every game there was just a couple seconds of the time for her. So you must ask the question, is she saving herself now knowing that her teammate's doing pretty good? And she will be needed in that second half.
So another miss by Jones. And Croatia running. Dojkic's pass to Svitkovic, an open Begic. And Jones is going to be called for a foul. I think she thought she was pushed in the back on that offensive rebound by number 10, Svitkovic from Croatia. I don't think Jones was really in a defensive rebounding pose. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, normally.
She wasn't boxing out, she wasn't, I don't think she really had good balance.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta be a little bit on your stance, being a bandit, so you can just lift up to grab the rebound. But what matters is that it's her second personal foul right now. So not too positive. Instead of hoping to get the foul call on her, she has committed hers. So second personal in the first half, when we're still waiting for her to explode for that Bosnian team offensively.
We did see Jones, I believe it was game day 2 for Bosnia against Turkey. She had foul trouble, but she played with those 4 fouls for a long time against Turkey. In the game against Turkey, they only won by 10. It was a very close game. So Dojkic is going to be called for the reach-in foul. It's her first foul in this game.
Yeah, you mentioned that Duncan Jones stays on the court, but Coach Lowe has a big trust to her. You know, he knows how important she is in there for the Bosnian team on the both ends of the court.
Jones double dreamed. Good defense by Croatia. Masic. Svitkovic, her shot. Pretty good, pretty well defended there by Gajic.
Yeah, I think they have missed the opportunity to run the break because they all run just in a scrambled space. You know, you gotta stretch the floor to open up the space.
Gajic penetrates, and it's good. So Gajic on the scoreboard. Oh, great pass from Masic to Svitkovic. And a quick shoe timeout here.
Yeah, it has been great penetration. And again, it's the aggressivity towards the rim that brings good things to Croatian offense. The defense of Bosnia has collapsed on the ball, and obviously Zvitkovic is wide open for those easy twos.
So Jones going to the bench for what I imagine will be a very little break. I do think the defense and the defensive game plan against Jones from this Croatian team has been very good so far early in this game.
Yeah, Coach Steve Brali just mentioned yesterday after the game at the press conference that Duncan Jones, he considered her as the best player on the ball at the moment.
So that's going to be an offensive foul on number 24 from Bosnia, Tabic.
Yeah, you've played Shona yourself. You know how hard the hits to your nose feels. It almost puts you off for a second.
Yeah, definitely. Right away, no matter how hard it is, your eyes start watering. It's very sensitive when you get a hit. So I think the referees are going to discuss. So a personal foul has been called, but they might upgrade it to an unsportsmanlike foul if they believe it wasn't a play on the ball.
The call is under review. Call on the floor is a common foul under review for an upgrade to an unsportsmanlike foul. So give me I need the baseline handheld. Baseline handheld. Give me this one. Give me this one. Okay. Yep. Okay, what else? Give me this one. Okay. I'm good. Are you okay? To me, she turns, flails, we stay with a common foul, okay?
I agree.
All right, perfect. After review, the call on the floor is confirmed. Regular foul. Good.
So
now we got a technical.
I also agree with the
foul,
refs.
right?
I think it
Yeah.
was
So
it was like
foul,
a basketball
one
movement,
shot, right?
if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Normal
you know,
foul.
yeah, her right hand kind of swung, but
Yes.
with the momentum coming
So
off of
after
an
review,
on-ball
normal
screen.
foul. Stays. Normal foul.
So there is the personal foul here on number 24, Tabic. They didn't call it an unsportsmanlike. It was a basketball movement foul, so it is an offensive foul, though. And then Coach Goran Loyo, not happy with the call, and he picks up a technical foul. So there you saw it, the one free throw because of the technical foul. And now ball is for Croatia. Slonjak penetrates hard. And she's gonna get called, or warded, sorry, for an aggressive take to the basket. So now she's going to the free throw line. So quite a few quick fouls here for Bosnia early in this second quarter.
Yeah, I think the presence of Janko Jones is missing out there now because Barčanović wasn't on time on that split line to cover that Slonjak penetration, because you gotta be there to fill the space, and that's what Janko Jones has been doing.
Yep, number 13 checked in for Bosnia, Melissa Barčanović, to give Jonquel Jones a little bit of a breather.
That's his zone defense now. Yeah. Zone defense from Croatia to change the rhythm defensively, to make it harder for Bosnia offensively.
Shot clock winding down. Tavic has to put it up, and her shot is well off.
And you know what? That change in defense has just worked out. Usually when you come into this change defensively, it comes to the moment of surprise for offense. Are they gonna read the floor? No, there's a defense, and you completely have to change the offense against it.
So Croatia with a 6-point lead, possibly, nope, they're gonna stay at a 6-point lead, but they get the ball back. So a good job there on the offensive boards. It's not gonna be credit to anyone, it'll be credited to the team, but it was all about the hustle down low by number 22 from Croatia, Lea Milatic. Dojkic finds Sviskovic, and her little pick and pop shot is good. So now that's an 8-point lead, little over 5 minutes. Croatia have done well here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they have kept Bosnia to 2 points only in this quarter, and they themselves scored 11. Another transition offense for Croatia. Try to be danger before
Sviskovic.
Bosnia sets the defense, and it works. Great job.
So Bosnia, like you said, maybe it's because Jones is, well, she is getting ready to check back in. But when Jones is on the court, so much attention defensively is around her. Gajic is fouled by Milatic. You know, so even if Jones isn't scoring, there is so much defensive attention surrounding her that I think in the first half, that's what got the open shots for the players like Babic. You know, she has 5 points. Delic, she has 7 points for Bosnia. So even if Jones herself isn't scoring, she's opening up her teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. We know as soon as Janko Jones gets the ball, the defensive players of Croatia start to pay attention to that. And what Bosnia done really well in that first quarter was that the small guards has been really moving as soon as she touched the ball. So that gave her space a little bit, and a little bit breather from those small Croatian defenders to be able to attack the basket or kick the ball out to the open player.
So Gajic makes her first, misses her second, and it's gonna be a defensive rebounding foul here on number 4 for Croatia. Ana Maria Begic.
I think this is great call from Coach Lawyer to put Babic back on the court. She's been an excellent shooter, and obviously we've already mentioned it, how important it is to have someone Delic, Babic type shooting those long distance shots as well.
Jones' 3-point shot attempt is off. Yeah, Babic averaging 15 points a game for them, shooting 57% from the field and 58% from 3-point range. Nice fast break, easy basket here for Bosnia. And again, another turnover, and still Giombetta makes it 4 points in a row for Bosnia. And they've cut into the lead, and now it's a one-possession game for Croatia. See Dojkic there talking to the very experienced Denmark referee, Maj Forsberg.
Yeah, this looks so much better for Bosnia. Out of those 2 points within the first 5 minutes in the quarter, straight away they had now 2 quick fast breaks, stealing the ball. It was a 10th turnover on the Croatian side. That's such a high number, considering that they average only 14 in the whole tournament. 6 assists for Croatia, but those 10 turnovers is what basically putting Bosnia back into the game. So Croatia plays really good. They play really focused, setting up the offense, playing great defensively, and then they make 2 quite, let's say, silly mistakes, silly turnovers, and that's what gives Bosnia and Herzegovina. Here we can see that quick break again through Jungkook Jones to Giombetta. So, you know, it was probably like 20 seconds on the board, and it was a quick 4 points for Bosnia, and straight away they're back in the game. And all the effort, defensive effort for Croatia, you know, has been out of the window. So they gotta be consistent and really protect the ball.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you, Teresa. When they're not turning the ball over, they're very efficient offensively. So really, it's their turnovers that are giving that opportunity for Bosnia to stay around in the game. Now, a 3-point shot by Tadic is good. Jones attacks, spin move, layup off. Gajic trying to tip the ball. And now Dojkic will go all the way, but she misses. And you can tell she's frustrated, not really hustling back. And another miss by Jones. Maybe we're seeing a little bit of fatigue. You mentioned she has played big minutes in this tournament.
Yeah, she's averaging 33 minutes being on the court, but you know what, like, she's been there in really crucial moments. Look at that. Oh, pardon, I'm gonna correct myself. That was 38.1 minutes for Jungkook Jones
per game, so that's an enormous amount of minutes if you consider this is the 4th game in 5 days. If it was 1 game a week, okay, you have the recovery, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what, I have to say she's not the only one. Marica Gajic as well, 38 minutes per game. You know, that's another big number on the Bosnian side. But I have to say, Jungkook Jones is the player that you gotta guard her 40 minutes all the game, because we've seen that yesterday against the game against Slovenia. The second half is exploded, and she has ended up being in double-double with 24 points and 10 rebounds. Great defense from Tikvic, protect the passing line.
So probably not the best shot selection. You see Gajic running back on defense saying, my bad. Smarsak is fouled by Giombetta. Bosnia, that's going to be her first foul. Both teams are in bonus now. It was a shooting foul, though.
And that was great stop behind the screen from Slonča. She knew that Giombetta was stuck in that screen, so great jump shot.
Both teams averaging around 20 free throw attempts per game in this tournament, but it's Dojkic who averages 10 all on her own for Croatia. Three-point shot is good by Nikolina Babic.
Yeah, and it comes to her high numbers. She's shooting 100% from threes. She only took 2 shots in this game. Give her the ball, set the screen on her, give her balls. The defense has to adjust.
So another foul on Jones, I believe, and that's going to be her 3rd. And guess what? Dojkic is the one who is going to the free throw line. Oh no, my bad. That call was not on Jones. So a little sigh of relief there for the Bosnian basketball fans. It's actually on number 5, Joan Beta, who's going to pick up her 2nd personal.
Yeah, and who is, you think, on the free throw line? Ivana Dojkic, who is top at this tournament so far, averaging 10 free throws per game.
And she shoots a very high percentage as well, a little over 83%, I believe.
Yep, 83 exactly, 0.3% so far before this game.
So look at this defense on Jones. I mean, they are just packing the paint. She gets the offensive rebound, though. And her putback's not good, but she drew a foul, so she's going to get to go to the free throw line. I mean, you had 5 red shirts surrounding Jones there on the last defensive, on the last possession for Bosnia.
Yeah, and we've seen that type of defense in before yesterday's game when Turkey played Belgium. We've seen Turkey's defense pack the middle as well and let the tall players of Belgium shoot those long distance. And Gambetta is not the best three-point shooter. She only taken 1 per game. So I think it's a great, again, call from Coach Stipe Bralic to fill that space when Jonathan Jones is on the court.
Tough shot by Slorczak. We've seen her hit many tough shots in this competition, though. Jones. Babic. I don't know how Jones was able to come up with that catch, but she does.
Yeah, that was 3 defensive players on the Jones.
And ball is out of bounds. The referee corrected herself. I think originally she called the ball for Croatia. Meant to call it for Bosnia, though, so she made her correction. And now we're going to have a timeout. No surprise here from Coach Loyo of Bosnia, because he wants to draw up, I imagine, a last shot play. 24.7 seconds remains in the first half.
We have 24 seconds. Full possession. Full possession. Go 1-4 low. Hey, 1-4 low. JJ, Marisa, Melissa, Babic. John Betta.
Bosnia shooting 3 out of 12 3-points. So quite good call from Coach Bralic to fill the paint. Points in the paint 14. So where already dangerous 14 points out of 33 has been from the paint. So that's why I think we see Coach Bralic filling that space and letting those long distance shots to happen for Bosnia.
So 1 possession, Bosnia ball. You don't want to turn it over. You don't want to shoot too early because you don't want to give the ball back or a scoring opportunity, a shot opportunity for Croatia. So we heard in the timeout, he said 1-4 low. That's exactly what we see here.
Yeah, So Bosnia is going to play all the way, 24 seconds.
Beta is off. Gajic fights for it. Maybe that shot was a little bit too early because look at this. Oh, three-point shot attempt was open, but Dojkic not able to convert. So, in my opinion, Bosnia got lucky there on that last possession by Croatia. At half, 33 for Bosnia and 36 for Croatia. Don't go away for long, excuse me, because this game is exciting.
Numbers. Bosnia 3 out of 12. We've seen that already compared to 38%. 5 hitting for Croatia from 3. You know, we know that Croatian team is a shooting team, so Bosnia needs to contest the shot. We see top scorers, Babic for Bosnia and Herzegovina 8, Dojkic 10 for Croatia. Nothing new pretty much on the board. We see Bosnia and Herzegovina 18 rebounds, 7 rebounds. On the other hand, Croatia 24 rebounds, 6 offensive as well. So both teams quite effective on the board, but I must say I haven't really seen much offensive rebounds in the second quarter from both teams. We've seen great offensive rebounding during the first quarter, but as we mentioned, that this championship is tough. The minutes has been played for each player, and maybe the drop of the offensive board effort comes to a little bit fatigue already in the second quarter. So I think that half break is going to come handy for both teams to keep up the speed of the game and run the floor anytime they can, because we've seen both teams really punishing turnovers. They really want to run the break, and if nothing comes out of it, they're going to slow it down and organize the offense.
Yeah, I agree with you, Teresa. I think we're seeing a little bit of fatigue, which is to be expected, in this game. Both these teams, a lot of players playing some big minutes. Here, you're checking out some highlights from the first 20 minutes here in Strasbourg, France. The qualification game for the quarterfinals. Can Bosnia make history? Or will Croatia be able to make their first quarterfinal game at a FIBA Women's EuroBasket since 2011?
We also mentioned that turnovers could be a key factor in this game, and Croatia 10 turnovers during the first half. Sure, Coach Stipe Bralic is going to talk about it, because many times it hasn't been really turnovers. Like coming after some action, it has been quite few unforced as well, which Bosnia has been punishing them pretty effectively. Here we see Babic. Great shooter for Bosnia and Herzegovina. He's been shooting 100% from threes, but only having 2 shots. Well, like, if you have a shooter in the team who's hitting every shot, you gotta feed them with the ball, or feed them with the action when they're gonna end up on the ball, maybe get to their position when they're quite successful.
And now, coming up soon, some highlights from game day 3.
Oh, what a pass that was. Goodness gracious me, are you kidding me? Wonderful. Look at this. Two-handed chest pass.
Oblak pushing the tempo for Slovenia here. She drives, she kicks, and it's good! Another three-point basket by Slovenia. And another turnover. Here, Tikvic. Oh, what a block by Hanishova to get back and contest that wide open, what looked like a wide open layup. Joannes falls, somehow gets the ball to Gruda. And Gruda's able to finish.
Great pass off the floor. Assist for Sandin Gruda.
Got to be about the defense for Slovakia right now. They got to dig in. Sylvia Dominguez again in the right corner. Here she is, one of the all-time greats. She's got the trophy cabinet to prove it. Oh, nice passing, and it finishes with a hill layup.
Inside. Look at that.
Some top plays from this year's FIBA Women's EuroBasket Game Day 3 action, which was yesterday. Currently at halftime in Valencia, Spain, Italy are trailing Sweden 20-30. Dojkic, good first half, 10 points, no surprise, 4 or 5 from the free throw line. She averages 10 a game, so she's right there on her average. Shooting 43% from the field. She's trying to propel her country to the quarterfinal game. The winner of this game moves on and will play France in the quarterfinals. The loser will be packing their bags and going home. Can Bosnia continue to make history? They never won 2 consecutive games in a FIBA Women's EuroBasket until this tournament. They hadn't participated in a FIBA Women's EuroBasket since 1999. So they've already made history. Can they continue to make history? What are your thoughts, Teresa?
I think everything is in the hands of each of the team, because I think we see pretty exciting first half. I would say first quarter was really exciting, and the second quarter the level has dropped a little bit down. I don't know if that's due to fatigue of both teams. Here, Nikola Babic, 8 points, shooting 2-2 from the free throws, 2-2 from threes, 1 shot from the 2 points missed. And, you know, and that's why I mentioned she gotta get the balls in the second half. But what I expect from both teams is to come in out of that locker room. Both teams know this is a do or die game. They either gonna go to the quarterfinals or go home. So they had some break right now. So I expect them to come and step on the court and again run the floor anytime they can. Obviously being careful and protecting the ball, especially on the side of Croatia when they have been struggling a little bit with the turnovers, having 10 within the first half. So I think we have a pretty exciting third quarter ahead of us, and I think the winner is gonna be the one who's gonna be the more consistent, who's gonna be most consistent during those next 20 minutes. Not just 15, 10, but all 20 minutes. Who's gonna deal better with the fatigue? We've seen that on the side of Bosnia, Duncan Jones and Marica Gajic averaging over 38 minutes per game. That's such a big number, and I think you can see it because they haven't been as effective this game, even though they're still trying their best. But we've seen
the way that his team is playing. Maybe hit some open shots. Again, I think, like you said, we had a great first half. First quarter, maybe saw a little bit of fatigue. There you see game leaders, Dojkic, 10 rebounds, Dojkic, 10 points, 4 rebounds, and guess what? Dojkic, 2 assists. So talk about a person who's trying to lead her team to a win here tonight. No one else but the leader of this team, Dojkic.
Yeah, I think Tikvic, she has been great the first quarter. She stepped into the game very strongly, and the second quarter, if I mention the name Tikvic, you don't really know who that was. So it's another player who got to step up in the second half for Croatian side to be able to bring this game to the winning end. She's not the only one. Slončak as well, as we see right now. He has been absolutely great leader alongside with Dojkic from the backcourt. But the second quarter, again, she has been quieter than we're used to. 9 points, 4 turnovers, and 4 rebounds. So I think, you know, there are still gaps what Croatian offense should improve. Obviously, they've been playing great defense, I think. Guarding Duncan Jones only to 7 points, Marica Gajic only 3 points. We know that those are the players who's averaging double-double. You know, they are the players who needs to contribute for Bosnia offensively to be able to finish this game with the winning. So we've heard it. Coach Lawyer thinks that they need to improve on rebounding. They have the advantage in size, but they haven't been really showing it in today's game, only grabbing 18 rebounds compared to 24 of the Croatia. You know, and that's what gives you the possible foundation to run the break as well. Nikolina Babic, 8 points, 2 assists, 0 turnovers. She's shooting absolutely amazing percentage in today's game. Only 2 shots from long distance. It would help the bigs of Bosnia if she's gonna get more shots, successful shots from that distance, because the defensive possession from Croatia would have to change. They would have to step up a little bit out of that paint, and that's gonna create space for Marica Gajic and Duncan Jones to play.
Yeah, talking about number 18 for Croatia, Ivana Dojkic. She's had a great tournament in the first 3 games. Croatia did lose to France 105-63. They did lose to Russia 62-73. And then in the game, must-win game. They've already had a must-win do-or-die game against the Czech Republic. They absolutely came out and I would say put the Czech Republic away early in the second quarter. They ended up winning 56-84. Dojkic was huge for them in that game. 24 points to go along with 7 assists. So she knows how to step up her game when it's needed. And guess what? This is a needed game for them to win. So no surprise there. She's leading in all categories for this Croatian team.
You're right. Croatian defense kept the Czech Republic to slightly above 10 points per second, third, and fourth quarter. So that tells you that obviously we can't just, you know, expect from them to slow down. I think we can just expect from them to even put a higher gear in the third quarter, because they all know how important it is to come off the locker room to this third quarter and try to obviously increase the margin in the score and might possibly get a comfortable lead for the fourth quarter. So we will see Ivana Dojkic, 10 points, shooting 75 from 2, 4 rebounds. Another great individual performance of this leader of Croatia. Are we gonna see Duncan Jones and Marica Gajic be a little bit more effective for Bosnians offense? I think we're gonna see definitely great defenses on both sides, because we know how important that is. That could bring you open breaks, that could bring you great rebounding and another possession. So let's see in the second half.
Well, hello and welcome back to the FIBA Women's EuroBasket qualification game for the quarterfinals. Shona Thorburn alongside former Czech international Tereza Brantlobat, and boy, do we have a good one for you. Bosnia trailing by 3 over Croatia. Jones for 2 points of the second half. That's what you like to see if you're a Bosnia fan, right?
Yeah, it was great penetration from Pavic to the middle of the court where it gives her a space to create, and Jonko just wide open.
Slonjak, pull up, it's good.
Yeah, such experienced player, Slonjak, playing in French top division. Great pull up before, the help came to her to block the shot.
Pavic to Gajic, and Gajic's shot is good. I think this is a great start for Bosnia. You see Jones, who you want to get more involved, already on the board. You see Gajic, who you want to get more involved, already on the board in this second half. Not someone you want to leave open. Maja Mašić, she did miss, but we've seen her knock down some big shots in this tournament from three-point range. You're looking inside to Jones. Can't find her, good D. And it's gonna be a traveling call on Marica Gajic.
Yeah, here she is in today's game, 5 points, 4 rebounds. That's a player for Bosnia who's averaging double-double with 14.3 points and 11 rebounds before this game.
Mašić missed that three-point attempt. She misses her pull-up. Now Jones running the break. Nice pass underneath the basket. Not sure you needed the little hesitation by Delic, number 25. I think she could have just caught and shot instead of shot faking and shooting. Now Dojkic drives. Pretty good defense there. And a foul is going to be called on Jones. It's one of those, you and I, we had the perfect angle. You kind of saw it coming from a mile away. The foul on Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That was a jump into the player. Obviously, Bakic being a very thin player doesn't help, but great offensive effort on the glass from Bakic.
So Slonjak, she travels. Ball back to Bosnia.
You know what? This is a 5th turnover for Slonjak. She really need to now be careful, because that doesn't help team of Croatia. That's the 12th turnover.
So foul call here, and it's gonna go against Dojkic, her second. So they're saying she didn't even attempt to really go around Jones and kind of held on to her when Jones was trying to roll after that on-ball screen. Pavic drives, and now it's going to be a moving screen called against Marica Gajic of Bosnia. Her second, team second. Oh, great pass and nice finish by number 4, Bakic. And she has 5 points in this game.
Yeah, and you know how great she had that second half against Czech Republic. She has ended up with double-double in the second half, basically, point-wise.
Her three-point shot is off, which we haven't said that many times in this tournament, that Babic's three-point shot is off. Dojkic drives, extra pass to Slonjak. Bosnia running. Babic attacks, extra pass to Gajic. Ooh, her shot is well off. Not too happy with herself there. Happens to the best of them. Yeah. We saw Gajic 5 for 5 yesterday.
Exactly. We could see that in that run fast break, she just stopped on that three-point line and was waiting for her opportunity to get the open shot. Finally, the ball has found her. But not this time. But if you shoot 5-5 previous game, you obviously your confidence is quite high, and you want to hit some.
These two teams know each other pretty well. They played 2 friendly games in Croatia before the tournament began. Croatia won both of them. 3-point shot is off. Begic there almost comes up with the offensive rebound. Hustle play by Gajic though. And now Bosnia with a chance to tie or cut down the lead. Tough shot by Jones.
Wow.
I saw you shaking your head.
Yeah, that's just like, it's just wow.
No words.
Yeah, no words. You would like to see her, whoa, great two from Cvitkovic. You would like to see Duncan Jones closer to the rim, but she loves playing from outside.
WNBA star, EuroLeague star for Ekaterinburg. Jones, not sure what she can't do. Babic finds Tavic. Her shot's off. Dojkic is running and is fouled. You talked about at the beginning of the game. You need to slow down Dojkic early. You can't expect to pick her up in the backcourt around the 3-point line. Too much speed. And that's where the majority of her free throw attempts come from. And I think that's a perfect example of taking too long to pick up the ball and slow down Dojkic in transition.
Yeah, and it just shows how important it is, obviously, to be quick into the transition before the defensive end is even set it up, because it's just, she's excellent at that aspect. She knows that she's using the moment, the defensive players coming back slowly, but she's always the first with the dribbling. Amazing to watch. Tavic on the ball. And we've seen Babic trying to come out of the screen, but Tavic, personal screening foul. Second personal, we see her walking off the court right now. Gambetta back in.
Gambetta was well for them in that first half. Slonczak taking her time. Basic. Cvitkovic. Shots off. Jones there for the rebound, and they're running. Pass to Gajic. She goes up strong.
That was a great good vision from Duncan Jones, seeing Marica Gajic on the other side, other end of the court, running all the way to the ring.
Open Begic. Jones there again for the rebound. Yeah, that last play. How do you like your 5-player pushing the fast break and passing the ball for an open transition basket to your 4-player?
Yeah, exactly. So basically the guards can just have a break, because those two bigs just want to run the floor. Amazing.
And they can do it all. So good job by Bosnia here to crawl back. They're down 1, 43-44, with 4 minutes and 18 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Timeout called by Coach Stip Bralic of Croatia.
Ona radi pik, ti se izvlačiš i čekaš je na povrat, loptu imat ćeš 2 sekunde vremena. Ideš umjesto Mašić. Jasno? Gledaj, odigraj peticu sad. Odigraj peticu. Znači peticu odigraj, napravi dobar blok za Begu, ili šut, ili daj pas dalje, pa onaj brzi pik sa strane.
12 turnovers for Croatia. They only average 14 a game, right? Probably a point of emphasis.
Yeah, and you know what, the halftime, the difference was only 3 points, but considering that Croatia had 10 turnovers within the first half, if even they've done, let's say, 2-3, it's another 14 points down of the score. So it could have been different games straight away in the first half. So I think that's why it's such important to control the ball, because like that, the game was 3 points difference at the half, and we're still seeing very close game.
Slovenia ready for their game coming up next. France watching on, because we know they play the winner of this game. Good defense by Gambetta on Dojkic. Dojkic doesn't get any room. Shot clock, not sure they're aware. And it's called off. That's going to be a shot clock violation. The Croatian players are shocked, but the referee is very confident in his call. So great defensive possession by Bosnia. You can hear the Bosnian fans in the background. Yesterday, they had a big sign saying no one plays with more heart than us, and Jones has an opportunity for a three-point play. And they take the lead for the first time since the first quarter, I believe.
Yeah, it's been exactly what we've been calling for the second half from Bosnian side. Jones has faked that hand-to-hand ball and just used that. Cvitkovic has moved a little bit to cover that pick and roll, but she kept the ball and strongly penetrated. Great move from Jones.
She makes her free throw, and now she has 14 points. We saw her with a big second half. Dojkic! Shot is blocked by Jones. Jones running the break. Ball's out to Babic. She slows it down. Nowhere to go, but she's fouled. So she's gonna go to the free throw line. So yeah, we're talking about Jones. I did hear Coach call her JJ in that last timeout, so I hope she's okay maybe with us calling her JJ. Jonquel Jones, number 35 for Bosnia, averaging 18.5 points, 13 rebounds in this EuroBasket. She had 5 points yesterday against Slovenia. Slovenia were up big against Bosnia at some point. Bosnia made that wonderful comeback. They ended up losing the game by 10. But Jones, like I said, 5 points in the first half. She finished the game with 24 points.
Yeah, and so far we've seen her 7 points in the first half, and she's already on 14, so that's 7 points within just 7 minutes into the second half.
Cvitkovic playing well for Croatia in this game. 8 points for her already, but she misses that shot. Tough pass by Jones. Again, it's, you know, one of those kind of situations, you sort of live with it, right? Because she's your 5 player, bringing the ball up the court, pushing it, ball handling, passing. So,
yeah, we've seen her doing this whole championship so far, that she pretty much does everything on the court. And, you know, I think this second half, she definitely stepped out of changing room, looking way more fresh than she looked in the first half.
Needed that 15-minute break recovery at halftime. So 2 shots for Dojkic here. Foul's gonna go against number 5, Gambetta of Bosnia. Again, Dojkic able to draw the fouls. It's not driving to the basket. She's still drawing fouls. And she's at the free throw line again.
Yeah, and we see Team Bosnia on the foul troubles as a team. That's why every foul is rewarded by 2 free throws. And who is the aggressive player? That's Ivana Dojkic.
Babic drives, passes. Gambetta nowhere to go. Good defense by Dojkic. Nice little pull-up jump shot there by Računanović. So a good job by her. And she's on the scoreboard now. guarding Slonjak. Three-point shot is good, wow. I'm not sure if you can really guard that any better.
Yeah, that's been so needed for Croatia. They have been quiet a little bit. So Slonjak, her second freeze in this game.
Giombetta drives, no one picks her up. Good realization that she was the one open, and now she has 10 points for them.
Yeah, what a great contribution from Giombetta. And what we can see is that it really tried to penetrate the middle of the court.
Three-point shot is off.
So Tadic is slowing down offensive Croatia. This is Slonjak wants the ball when she's open.
Shake and fake. Little hesitation, gets all the way to the basket, but she misses. Babic running. Babic shooting. Babic scoring and drawing the foul. Good job there by number 7, Nikolina Babic of Bosnia. And guess who made the pass? Jonkel Jones.
Let's say JJ.
JJ.
No, Jonkel Jones, and again, quick rebound. And what she first does is to have a look if any of her teammates is running the floor and reward him with that great pass. This time, Babic, her 10 point in this game. A bit struggling on that foul line shot, only hitting 2 out of 5.
So 3-point lead, 45 seconds left. Tikvic, she's been quiet in this game. So I believe it's going to be a rebounding defensive foul called on number 13 from Bosnia, Melissa Bracninovic. She's slow to get up.
Yeah, that's a third personal foul. We will see it.
Tough call. In my opinion, both of them were going for the rebound. So Begic gets to go to the free throw line. She's able to kiss it off the front of the rim. The ball bounces in on her first. 42 seconds left here in the third quarter. Croatia are down 2. Delic, jump shot. She's off. I believe Croatia are probably going to try and hold it. There's about a 2-second shot clock differential to the game clock. So Dojkic is going to take her time. 7 seconds. She stops. She pops. There's still time. 5 seconds. 2, 1. And it would have been good if it had gone. Jones got the rebound, went end to end in about 4 seconds, people. Unfortunately, she missed her layup attempt. So, at the end of 3, a slight 2-point lead for Bosnia, 52-50 for Croatia.
Some numbers, 90% threes for Bosnia, Croatia 32 shooting, Bosnia 50% from the field at the moment. And I think that comes to those quick breaks they have been doing in this third quarter, coming out of the great defensive possessions for Bosnia. Here we will see some highlights of this third quarter. Bosnia is grabbed 30 rebounds to 35 of the Croatia. We've heard both coaches talking about at the halftime about what they need to improve. What I think Bosnia has really improved was to stop the transition offense of Croatia. They have really protected the ball. They have been way stronger on the glass both ends, putting bodies into those balls than the players. And you know what we haven't seen as many times? Ivana Dojkic getting the transition offense, Slončak getting transition offense. And I think right now Coach Stipe Bryce needs to find someone else. And they play without the bigs. Tikvic has been very quiet. You know, she has great entrance into the game, but since from second quarter, we haven't really heard from her. So far, just 1 point and only 5 rebounds for the really strong big. You know, and considering that Dojkic, Slončak, Tikvic and Bagic combined 72 points in yesterday's game, today it's just up to Dojkic and Slončak, and it won't be enough against the determined Bosnian team who is trying to make the history and go for the first time to the quarterfinals.
So for those of you just joining us, boy, do we have a good one for you. 10 minutes left, do or die game. Bosnia up 2 over Croatia, 52-50. Who's going home and who's sticking around? Dojkic is able to follow her rebound. Tikvic, like you said, she's been quiet. Quick pass out. 3 seconds in, the key call though on Tikvic. So now, ball to Bosnia. Can they take advantage of this momentum? Good third quarter by them. They were down by 3 points at halftime. Delic to Jones. Jones, little fake one way, goes back the other, but her shot's off. Dojkic, already 9 free throw attempts today. Bagic, wide open 3-point shot. It's short. Are we seeing a little bit of fatigue? There's a lot of missed shots compared to what we saw in the first quarter and then what we've seen by both these teams so far in this tournament.
Yeah, exactly. We only seen Croatia make 1 3-point shot, considering that they are a really good shooting team. That's not a lot in the third quarter. On the other hand, again, great penetration from Delic being aggressive. And what we didn't really mention as well is the show up of Junkun Jones for Bosnia, now being on 14 points and 13 rebounds. That's already double-double again, what we've been calling during the first half. I think she was literally maybe just gaining the energy, you know, still be valuable player for Bosnia in the first half, but the second half is the second game when she's showing up right after the break. And it starts to be a little bit typical for her game in this championship. So great contribution from Junkun Jones in the third quarter to obviously bring Bosnia into the lead.
Yep, big time, money time player. JJ. So a good job there, 4-point lead. They tied their biggest lead of the game, but that 4-point lead was actually in the first quarter for Bosnia. Dojkic. Foul was on the ground. She's good at drawing fouls.
Yeah, I think Delic has quite settled, just knowing that she can't cover this great penetration, and she just was trying to obviously make that foul to stop that penetration before she even got to shooting line.
More than one defender needs to try and stop Dojkic, right? Slončak, she's been big for them. Her shot's off.
Yeah, and what's the best way to stop, obviously, Dojkic into penetration is to fill the space. You know, they haven't been hitting threes this third quarter. So Coach Loyo has talked about it during the halftime, that they need to fill the space.
John Beta. 3-point shot is off. She's been big for Bosnia in this game. 10 points already. Averages 1.7 so far in the tournament. So she's really come out and played well for them. Nice pass. Tikvic draws the foul, so she's gonna go to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, that was great penetration from Tadic, and obviously Tikvic, that's what we were looking at. She just, Junkun Jones tried to block, and Marica Guy has been a bit slow in that weak side help on Tikvic. It's her third personal foul. So in his fourth quarter, so gonna stay on the court.
She misses the second. Quick update for you guys. Down in Valencia, Spain, Italy trailing Sweden 43-54. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Durombeta left open again for three. Her shot's off. It's going to be a rebounding foul to go against number 22, Lea Milatic. They're saying she held her. It was Gajic trying to go for the offensive rebound. Maybe a little bit of frustration or a little bit of worry on the face of Ivana Dojkic. She's trying to bring her team to the first quarterfinals since 2011. Delic's shot is off. Maybe you need to get the ball a little bit more inside to Jones last few possessions. Wide open. Nice little shot on the baseline by Milatic.
Yeah, there's been a misunderstanding between Duncan Jones and Delic, who's gonna stay on the ball with Dojkic.
Durombeta drives, kicks it. Three-point shot is good by Angela Delic for Bosnia. Back up to a 4-point lead. 7 minutes remaining. Tikvic drives hard. Gets her own rebound. 3-point shot. She just made one. And she responds, Lea Milatic for Croatia. Almost a turnover. They got to get it over. And they do turn it over. So a big momentum shift here. The last couple possessions for Croatia. And a big part of that is number 22, Lea Milatic.
It just shows you how the momentum could positively influence the team on the court, not only offensively, but this great defensive possession they just had.
Dojkic wide open. She passes it up to Tadic, though. Tadic's shot rolls in and out. Almost another turnover. So Tadic back in. Jones. 3-point shot is good! So she now has 10 points here in that second half. Trying to make history for Bosnia, the naturalized player. She played a few games for them in the qualifications. They also used Courtney Hurt. Jones with the block. Isn't able to track down the ball after she blocked it. She's had some big blocks tonight.
Yeah, she's had a big blocks, and this is exactly why she needs to stay on the court. That's why she needs to manage her fatigue, because her presence on the both ends of the rims is so spectacular. Coach Loyo pretty happy with this possession and Bosnia hitting those quick threes. 2 of them. Still keeping them in lead by 4 points against Croatia. 5 minutes, 5:49 to go in this game.
So Gralic from Croatia wants to talk about it. It's the second time out in the second half, so he only has 1 remaining, and there's 5:49, and Coach Goran Loyo of Bosnia hasn't used any. When it's a tight game, that is something that could become very interesting. So you just saw the assist-to-turnover ratio for Croatia.
Yeah, 12 assists and 14 turnovers for Croatia. Janko Jones, 17 points, 14 rebounds, 3 huge blocks, let's say.
Yes.
Another great double-double,
right?
Yeah, absolutely. Before this game, Janko Jones has been averaging 19.7 points per game and 13.7 rebounds. So not far away from that performance. Still 5 minutes to go in this game.
So ball out of bounds for Croatia. 2.8 seconds on the shot clock, though. Slonjak. Pretty far away. Don't want to foul. Puts up a shot. It almost goes in. And now ball to Bosnia. Babic, who has been superb this tournament. Maybe an unknown player before this tournament began, I would say. Jones, turnaround, shots off. Croatia trying to cut into this 4-point lead. Tikvic. Again, she's been quiet. Dojkic. Leah Militic. Tough shot, in and out. It's hard to shoot over to the extended arm of Jones.
Yeah, absolutely. Back to Nikolina Babic. She plays in Bosnia and Herzegovina for OKK Phoenix. So as you said, not as known player.
Give me that. Jones, another 3 of this 4th quarter. She now has 20 points. But Dojkic with a quick response of her own. She said, it's not over. We have 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Croatia trail by 5. Jones, big story of the second half. Babic. Oh, goodness me. Nikolina Babic has been superb this tournament, shooting over 50% from the 3-point line. She's great tonight for them. Tough shot. Gajic able to control the defensive rebound. So now we have an 8-point lead, the biggest lead for Bosnia in this game. Still a lot of time left though. Join Beta. Not a great 3-point shooter, but she'll give it a go. They're leaving, that's what they want her to do, right? They want to kind of force her to take 3s.
Yeah.
Dojkic, guess what? Draws a foul.
Yeah, and she's back. She has been a bit quiet, let's say, in that 3rd quarter, but this is Ivana Dojkic, if someone didn't know, the best player of Croatia. And she has been averaging 10+ free throws in this championship. So now we see her back, shooting her 10th and 11th one. So again, she's gonna have over that 10 free throws per game. She gonna make them another first one.
So she has been shooting great from the free throw line in this tournament. Like you said, averaging big attempts. Tonight, that's her 2nd miss. She makes the 2nd. She's shooting a little over 83% in the tournament. Her 11th free throw attempt. Easy.
Yeah, but that just comes to her aggressivity, and most of it coming out of that transition offense.
Babic draws the foul on Tadic. Good job there, using some off-ball screens with speed. Timeout call by Croatia, I believe. And that's now his 3rd timeout. So he has no more timeouts left in this game. I'm sure. He really wants to get something across in this timeout. So now the game is tight at the end of the game. He doesn't have an advantage to call a timeout and advance the ball.
Yeah, I felt that offensively Croatia has rushed a couple shots, let's say. They haven't been as successful from the 3-point line in the second half. Only hit 2 in this second half because they scored 5 in the first. But you know what? If you're not successful from long distance, you gotta start to combine, set the offense, prepare, and maybe play some pick and rolls, which has been working very well the first quarter for Croatia. You know, we haven't really seen them to play it since, so you gotta change something. You down by 7, and if you can't run the quick break and get some easy points or get the free throws, you gotta start to create the offense, not just come to the offense and try to hope that it's gonna hit the long distance.
Yeah. So 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. 7-point lead for Bosnia, 66-59 over Croatia. Off-ball foul called on Tadic, so 2 quick fouls on her. That's going to be her 3rd. They had a foul to give, though. They still have 1 more foul. And then Bosnia are going to be shooting free throws, though. Babic. To Jones. Jones is picked by Dojkic. Easy fast break points for her. Little lackadaisical maybe by Jones there. Now Babic has a lot of pressure. She's able to get the ball out of a double team.
Yeah, and if Croatia really wants to go in this game, they gotta step up their defense. They gotta bring that defensive pressure.
Shot clock winding down. Babic finds a wide open, Melissa Bracjaninovic. And the response by Dojkic is off. So big three-pointer by number 13 for Bosnia. And now Dojkic fouls, but Bosnia are gonna get to go to the free throw line. So I'm not sure that was a smart foul by Dojkic because you don't want to put Bosnia on the free throw line.
Yeah, and plus it's your fourth personal, and the team really needs you these 2.5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. And Eva Slončak has been saying, Ivana Dojkic, why did you send them there so easily? No, that's not the smartest foul.
No. Sorry, Teresa, you know, there's still a lot of time left in this game. It was, you know, a 2-3 possession game. That's nothing with over 2 minutes. So not a smart foul, I think, from Ivana Dojkic. 9-point lead. It's only 3 threes, people. Begic says it's only 2 threes, people. Big three-point shot. Game's not over. Still lots of time.
Begic, 9 points, 9 rebounds for Croatia.
Babic drives, kicks, Joan Beta. Can she hit one? And she does! A 3-point shot! Maybe one of the biggest of her career, but look at this. Begic runs a fast break and she is wide open. A lot of unknowns kind of on this Bosnia team, but let me tell you, they are making a name for themselves now. Babic, her 3-point shot is good, and you see her smile and celebrate. There's still a lot of time, 1 minute 30, 10-point lead for Bosnia. What's Croatia gonna do? Dojkic gets it back, long 3-point shot attempt is good. It's not over.
This is a shooting contest in here from both sides.
And you know, I understand Coach Goran Lojo not wanting to take a timeout because if he takes a timeout, that almost gives an advantage to Coach Stip Bralic, who has no more timeouts left, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now he does. He wants to probably talk about it. They have 14 seconds on the shot clock, 1 minute 7 seconds on the game clock. Bosnia are up 7 over Croatia. And what a game it has been. Jones, great second half. Babic has been big all game, all tournament, 16 points. I would almost say the surprise player of the game for me, though, would be Milagina Joinbeta, number 5 for Bosnia.
Yeah, she averaged before this game only half point at this tournament, and today she's been absolutely superb. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Bosnia. You're right, it's 4 players for Bosnia in double digits, and that's Joinbeta Babic making her name for herself at this championship, playing in Bosnia and Herzegovina at the club level. You know, she's been shooting great before this game, but she's still keeping up that percentage, 80% from threes, hitting 4 out of 5, hitting 1 out of 2 from 2. You know, this couple minutes, it has been both sides like a shooting competition, let's say.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen some amazing shots coming after some breaks, some great offenses, and Croatia is down by 7, 1 minute to go.
So Joinbeta, that big 3-point shot. Big shot. Slonjak open though, her three-point shot is off. Do you smell history again for Bosnia? Jones, they need to foul.
That's very hard to foul Junkun Jones when she puts the ball above her head.
Because you have to make a play on the ball, right?
Exactly, you can't do an unsportsmanlike foul because you would keep the possession with Bosnia. So look at that.
So you see some smiles on the bench of this Bosnian team. Jones at the free throw line. She has 2 shots, 9-point lead, 34 seconds. Bosnian fans are standing and celebrating. She makes the second. It's an 11-point lead. 30 seconds remaining. Taking a lot of time off the clock. Begic, Slonjak, her three-point shot is missed. Gajic almost fumbles the ball. You see smiles. 10 seconds. They don't need to score. And the celebrations have begun here in Strasbourg, France. Bosnia running out to celebrate. History has been made. They made history on game day 2 by getting their second consecutive win. But here tonight, an 11-point win for Bosnia and Herzegovina. 80 over Croatia, 69. You see the faces of Croatia, obviously disappointed. Would have been their first trip to the quarterfinals since 2011 for Croatia. But that Cinderella story is continuing here at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket with Bosnia's win. They will go on and play France on Wednesday here in Strasbourg, France.
And this is called the improvement in the second half from Bosnia and Herzegovina. 47% from 2 points, 38% from threes, compared to their 32 for 2 and 25% for 3 in the first half. Bosnia 41 rebounds to 43 of the Croatia, 20 assists for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Great sharing the ball, top scorers, Jones 24 on the side of Bosnia and 22 for Dojkic on the side of Croatia. But you already mentioned it, Nikolina Babic and Miljana Džombeta. Babic 16, Džombeta 14, Duncan Jones 24, and Angela Delic 12. There's 4 players in double digits for Bosnia. You know, I have seen a huge improvement defensively and offensively for Bosnia. Bosnia has started to really fill the space inside, so Croatia couldn't really penetrate as easy on the set offense, and their percentage from threes went down in the second half, so they really bit struggled to attack that paint to get some easy baskets. Bosnia also stopped their transition offense, so yeah, we've seen Ivana Dojkic still being effective time to time. She has expanded and she run that floor. But if I've seen it maybe 5 times during the second half, that would be probably about enough. So I think really big improvement from Bosnian side defensively. And when you improve offensively and hitting 10 threes, you know, out of 3 in the second half, in the first half, it's hard to defend it. When Croatia had Bosnia really close, whoever grabbed the ball from Bosnia has hit the shot. So big step up, and congratulations to Bosnia making the history and for the first time reaching the quarterfinal of Women's EuroBasket.
You said it. Some highlights here for you guys from the second half. Lots of highlights to show you. Croatia with the big win yesterday over the Czech Republic to advance to this game. Bosnia has been the story here in Strasbourg, France at this year's FIBA Women's EuroBasket. Win over Belgium, win over Turkey. Tough loss, but almost a comeback win over Slovenia. And tonight, a win over Croatia puts them in the history books for their country as they move on to the quarterfinals for the first time at a FIBA Women's EuroBasket. So congratulations to them. Don't forget, the top 6 teams at this tournament will give themselves the opportunity to play in the World Cup qualifiers, which will happen in February. So could we see even more history being made by Bosnia? Celebrations, smiles from the Bosnian players and staff. There you see it, road to the final. We know that Bosnia and Herzegovina are going to be playing France Wednesday here in Strasbourg. Sweden with a big win over Italy. So they're going to play Belarus. And up next, we'll find out who plays Belgium and who's going to play Serbia. Is it going to be Russia or Slovenia? Will it be Spain or Montenegro? Sweden with a big win over Italy, 64-46. So they move on and keep their chances alive. Up next, we have Russia taking on Slovenia from Shona Thorburn and Teresa Brantlobad, bringing you today's action here in Strasbourg, France. Don't go far, because we will be back.